So if you're an analyst or project manager looking to run a new automation project, or if you're looking for opportunities to automate, you'll need to gather information on the process metrics and the KPIs to know what you and your team need to be focused on. So you're going to need to know how much time a process takes to complete, how many times the process is done in a month, and how much does it improve things like customer service or revenue generation. Does it accumulate additional costs and fees from third parties? And what are the error rates of these processes? And do these mistakes result in really big fines? So you need to collect data to answer these questions, but perhaps you've hit a brick wall where the data just isn't readily available, and the business teams can't answer some of these questions that you need to know. So in this video, we're going to cover the methods and tools that you can use to get the information that you need, to get the KPI metrics, to better understand processes, to find the best opportunities, and to compare projects against each other so that you can make a bigger impact in your company. So if your business has teams with seasonal spikes in work volume, or managers are stressed about not having enough budget for recruiting new staff that they need, or perhaps your business is discussing whether to budget for outsourcing overflow of work, perhaps automation can help. Maybe the whole process can't be automated, but perhaps you can save your staff a few minutes and hours here and there, which can add up to significant time savings. By augmenting your team with intelligent automation, you can save twofold, because teams can work more efficiently and faster, but also by being more accurate, less time is spent on rework. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to augment your staff with intelligent automation, how to give you instant scalability and flexibility of your workforce, and save team time to do more with the same team. And we'll take a look at flexibility use cases as well. Perhaps there are teams in your company that are recruiting temporary staff or outsourcing overseas, and you can create a business case on which method is more advantageous, has the highest return on investment. You can provide a business case on showing how automation can potentially be more advantageous and give a much higher return on investment. So if there are teams with seasonal spikes, these are really good opportunities. These may have really good opportunities for automation. If you say had 100 people and you automated 25% of their processes, this essentially gives you the people power of an additional 25 new staff. That means no recruitment time, no need for training, and it reduces the risk of mistakes made by newly trained staff. So let's look deeper into this. Teams do several processes in one single day. They may be filling forms, doing research, extracting data into Excel, extracting data and put it into Excel, and doing emails, etc. RPA can automate 20% of processes that are out there, that are structured and repetitive and don't require human judgment. These parts of a person's day can free up their time for them to do more. Things like filling forms and moving data between systems is something that is perfect for automation. Similarly, extracting data from invoices and putting it into Excel is something that intelligent automation can do. You could even have chatbots that can do the initial engagement with customers, collect the data. That reduces the time that your staff are with the customer because the chatbot has already done the prep work. And this reduces the waiting time for customers, so you deliver much better customer service. RPA is great at gathering data. It provides faster service, and it can reduce the time that your staff are spending researching. Let's face it, a lot of the time we're on the phone with customer service, and most of the time is spent researching and gathering data and using very slow systems. What if all of that could be all done up front? You could gather data from multiple applications into a central user interface for your staff who have the domain knowledge to use that information the right way to serve your customers and clients faster. Take a step back and look at the types of activities that staff in your team do on a daily basis. Are there any processes which require teams to move data from, say, system A to system B to make sure it's aligned? I was working with a team that a lot of their day was spent moving data from system A to system B and matching it to make sure that the customer details aligned on both systems. For some reason, the customer data wasn't wasn't accurate on one of the systems, and so the applications weren't able to communicate correctly. Because of this additional work, there was an forecast increase of new customers coming into the business, and so this would increase the amount of work that this team needed to do. In fact, the manager was under a lot of stress because she needed a budget for 6 new staff, but only had budget for 3. So we looked at using automation. To help with the forecasted increase, but also there was a lot of backlog. We're talking tens of hours of backlog work that needed to be aligned, that automation could go in and sort. So we could take care of the backlog, we could augment the team by automating that alignment so that they could focus on the more customer facing and intellectual work. Another example was a team that was spending a lot of time taking data off of PDFs and populating it into their CRM system. And so what we were able to do is use intelligent automation to scrape data from the PDF and populate an Excel spreadsheet, and then we could upload that in bulk into the CRM. And this saved the team so much time that they were then able to focus on the customer service and increase and greatly improve customer experience. Able to focus more on customer service, and they were able to deliver services faster, which as a whole was able to improve the customer experience. So I hope you found that video helpful. Just remember that before you look at outsourcing or scaling up teams with hiring new staff, look out into your team and see if there are any teams which have seasonal spikes, if there's any forecasted increase in the amount of workload that your current staff, and if your business is thinking of potentially expanding staff teams temporarily or for the future, make sure you take an intelligent automation first approach to make your current teams hyper efficient before you scale. And this will ensure that for every new hire that you add to your team, getting 120% more of a person than competitors that don't use intelligent automation. All right, don't forget to subscribe as we bring out new videos weekly. Okay, see you in the next video. Take care.